On 10th of September in 2010, I walked out of my office of a big corporate for the last time. And for the first time in my life, again, I felt like I was on the right path. I'd been in corporates for 15 years. Because when I grew up, I get a message from my parents and everyone around me, girl, learn well, do a good education, get a good job, live a good life. How many of you grew up with that message? I think most of us, right? How many of you in the room now are entrepreneurs and run your own business? Yay, congratulations, you're bold, you're brave, you're amazing. How many of you are on the way to start? Fabulous, congratulations. An exciting roller coaster ride, is it not? Yes. And how many of you are still thinking about starting sometime maybe in the future? Wonderful. I hope we can encourage and inspire you this morning. So there's a couple of things that I would like to share with you that what I learned, because when I stepped out of the corporate world and I became an entrepreneur and started to run my own business, I realized that as an entrepreneur we need to think differently, act differently, feel differently, network differently, right? I juggled $1 million budgets. I'd made a company billions. I thought I knew how to start a small business. The first business I built failed big time. Within 1.5 years and 5 amazing, smart partners on my side that never built a business before, we failed big time. We dumped about 60,000 euros in the first. I personally dumped 60,000 euros in the first year. And I always say it was my kindergarten of entrepreneurship. And I learned the 10,000 ways of how not to build your business. So here are just 3 things I would like to share with you that no matter if you want to start, if you are starting, or if you want to bring your business to the next level, these things will help you to become unstoppable as an entrepreneur. Yes? You want to become unstoppable? Yay! Good. So the first one that I learned is you really don't want to be perfect. You do not want to be perfect. Yes? Yeah. Just get it out. Whatever you have, whatever gift you have, whatever talent you have, get it out there. Okay? Can we do a very tiny exercise? Can you just stand up for a moment and grab one partner? One or more. Just very quickly, and don't talk. Okay? Just for a moment. Grab one partner. Can I bring you together? Yeah? Okay, perfect. Everyone has someone? Yeah? Good. I would like you to just say, look your partner in the eyes, okay, and go into your head, and then go into your heart and feel your heart, and feel the other person's heart, okay? And then the person with the longest hair is saying to the partner, what difference are you making in this world? Just 1 or 2 sentences, not long, please, just very quick. What difference do you make in the world? Okay, good. So now the person with the shortest hair, tell your partner, what difference do you want to make in the world? Okay, good. Perfect. So now give your partner a big hug and sit down.
We were flowing already.
Can you sit down again? Okay. How many of you found it some interest in what your partner told you? Something you feel like, wow, I'd like to hear more. Something you feel like, oh wow, I could learn something about this. Yes? Guess what? You had 0 preparation. You had no pitching workshop before. You were just speaking from your heart about the difference you're making. And you were giving from your heart. And that triggers enough interest. Right? When I started as an entrepreneur, it took me a month to get my first podcast out. It took me a week to write my first LinkedIn article, right? Today, this is common practice. I just do it because I know every time I do it, I trust the message comes through me and I touch someone's heart. Yes? So as an entrepreneur, don't be perfect because you'll never be in your own eyes, and you'll be more than perfect for a lot of people out there. Don't be perfect. Just speak from your heart and share. Yes? The second point I'd like to make is commit. It takes commitment. And I'm not saying it lightly. I know so many people, when they start their business, they write a year, they write on their business plan, and then they realize they can put it into the bin because they haven't been out there. Yes? How many of you feel like you wasted too much time? Yeah? Or even more so, how many of you had an idea that you never acted on? Okay. How many of you felt that you took you years to finally start your business? Yes? A lot of us, right? So here's just a very quick one. An incredible mentor of mine, John Assaraf, he's saying that when you have an interest in something, you do what's convenient. When you're committed, you do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
You do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Take your ideas seriously. Make it happen, right? I invite you today here at WEF, one idea that comes to your mind, that rings something inside of you, that touches your mind, heart, and soul. Take this idea and share it with someone. Are you willing to do this? Yes? Act on your ideas. Be committed, whatever it takes. No matter how uncomfortable you feel, just go out there and share it with someone. Yes? You willing to do this? You would see how that creates magic, whatever it takes. And here's my third suggestion. Okay? My third suggestion is, don't do it alone. This is why we're all here. You want to be inspired, you want to be empowered, you want to be connected. We want to get help. Yes? Don't do it alone. How many of you have something like an accountability partner? Yes? Good. Whoever doesn't, find someone here. What is an accountability partner? It's someone you share your next big goal with, and you help each other to hold each other accountable step by step by step. You talk to each other at least on a weekly basis, if not on a daily basis, what you're doing to get there. You do not need to do it alone. Find yourself a mentor. Find yourself a coach. Build yourself a mastermind team of people that give you ideas that you would never think about, that stretch your perspective. Don't do it alone. I'm also running a global speaker community to help people to go onto more stages, get paid to speak internationally. And when I started that, I had an insight saying, I'm not going to do this on my own. So I had done podcasting at that moment, and within the first 5-6 months of me doing podcasting, I had 20,000 listeners. I interviewed people on how do you start and grow a business. So I thought, why don't I start interviewing incredible speakers on how did they build their speaking business and get onto incredible stages and get paid to speak. So we started out, and I gathered a team, and within a short period of time, I had 150 people contributing to being out there, interviewing people, transcribing the interviews, helping us putting it into a book, working on the videos and everything else. The moment you step into asking for help and support, magic happens. Don't think that this is something you need to tackle alone. Whenever you come to a point in your business where you feel, I need help, but just go out and ask for help. We have here created a little bit of a WhatsApp community we call the Impact Tribe of WEF. And we've done it already last year. And the year before, it's my third year here in Delhi. And in the first year we did it, there were 17 women coming together, writing a book together that became a bestseller. And they had a book launch last year at the WEF, right? If you're not part of this, please just join us, because we are getting together and we're helping each other to make your dreams come true. Okay? So if you want to become unstoppable in your business, don't go for perfect, just share your message. Then really make sure you're committed, whatever it takes. And if you need that extra boost, go out there and share your ideas with others and get help. Get help. Others are there that know things we don't know, that can do things we cannot do, that have experiences we don't have. So go out there and get help. And that's your way of how to become unstoppable as an entrepreneur, as a human being, as a soul, as a change maker on this planet.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much, Monique. That was very insightful, really, really was. I feel as an entrepreneur, we have a lot of similar ways that we share our story. I think a lot of my points that I will talk about are quite common with yours, but maybe just from a little bit of a different angle. But it's wonderful to see that as an entrepreneur, we do share the same challenges, hiccups, roadblocks, and things like that. And I've been an entrepreneur for about 2 years now, so I'm not a veteran yet, but I certainly have had my own roadblocks that I've dealt with and things like that. And I think the subject of today is the mindset. And I suppose for me, and I've seen that in the people that I've spoken to, your mindset is one of your biggest roadblocks. It's the inner thoughts that are stopping us and things like that. So what I wanted to chat to you today is a couple of stories from myself and 2 things that if you can take home and implement, that they can hopefully really be of benefit to you. So one of the first things is about perfectionism. I think we all have a certain level of perfectionism as an entrepreneur. We don't want to put anything out there into the space unless it's perfect. There's the element of being judged if it's not right and things like that. Now, again, from my mentor, she has this saying called massive imperfect action. And basically what that is we're never going to be perfect at anything. It may be 3/4 done, but get out there and put it out there. The results that you will reap from just getting it out there, it may not be perfect, but getting it out there, you're going to start seeing those results. And as an example of that, I had a very good corporate job. I was a licensed conveyancer, so what that is I do property law in Sydney, Australia. I do all the legal work when people buy and sell houses, and I worked for a law firm for 8 years. And I had the comfort of having the top lawyer. So when a problem arose, I would knock on his door and I would say, hey, David, I've got this problem, what do you think? I was never able to use my own inner voice to, my own knowledge, and I had this big fear that if I went out on my own, I was no longer able to knock on that door and ask those questions. So that was one of my biggest roadblocks. But I went out and I opened my own office and practice, and it's been 2 years in now and we are thriving. So I'm just wanting to share that if you're having, you're in that security, if you can take that step and get outside your own head, you really do have the knowledge, you really do. Obviously with regards to perfectionism, we're overthinking things. We need to put a stop to that. We're always wanting to get things right before we get it out there. Trying to understand everything in the process before we launch a product or we launch a course or things like that. So if there's one thing, is to break that pattern and to take massive imperfect action. It's big, you'll reap the results. As entrepreneurs, we're not making money unless we're putting it out there. So we need to get out there as quickly as possible. Now, the other thing with regards to mindset is the power of focus. I know as an entrepreneur, we were just speaking about ideas. We've got a million ideas and we're trying to build, different businesses and things like that. But the thinking behind that is if we could just build one bridge at a time. So if we're on a cliff here and we're trying to get over there, instead of trying to build 10 bridges at one to trying to get to the other side, those bridges all take energy, power, money, dedication. Whereas if we just stopped and we just focused on that one bridge and we could put all our energy into that one bridge to get to the other side, we're going to get there a lot quicker. It's going to take less effort and things like that. And by building that one bridge, that's going to be able to bring us income, because that's the one thing that as entrepreneurs, it is the lifestyle, but it's also about building that income. Now, I've got a couple of tips on, how do you pick that one bridge that you're wanting to build? What is it that you can do to build that? Now, what I look at is my expertise and my skills and experience. What am I good at and what comes easy to me? Again, looking at your passions. What are you passionate about and what can you build easily enough? And lastly, which I think is the most important, what is the easiest and the quickest bridge to build to get you to that mindset or get you to that end goal. We really want to be focusing on things that generate leads and sales, because that's what's going to put money on our table, keep our roof over our heads and food on the table. So that's a little bit of my story that I wanted to share with you. Thank you very, very much for listening, and look forward to seeing you next week.
Namaste, and thank you very much. I think most of the point has been covered by my colleague speakers, but I would like to start by sharing my story, because I believe in this, that each one's experience matters a lot. We learn by experiencing. I don't have a mentor till date, but what I made, how I made my mindset is, I started learning from all the failure stories. I started learning from the people I met. I don't believe that entrepreneurship is only about starting a business. Entrepreneurial mindset is about building your leadership skills, building your own personality. I hail from a very small town in India, a town where girl education is at alarming rate. And when we are born, we are told that you will be given either no education or an education to a level where you can get a good husband. And so that a good dowry is not demanded out of that, because they will be saving by your education. My mother stood for all three of us and just taught 3 words. You have to build your identity. For that, you have to build your knowledge impact, because once you are knowledgeable, the confidence you will wear will be seen by the people. It's not your dress, it's not your makeup, it's the confidence what builds you. And the third thing is passion about building that. And she told very clearly, I don't have any son. You are 3 pillars of my life. I want to see myself through your eyes. From the age of 10, I am in a habit till date not to disclose my plan, not even to my husband also. And sometimes he gets to surprise that, is this was you? So it happens that I told him that I want to do this. So it was not planned. You didn't told me that you will be doing this. This is something new. So I told, why should I discuss with you? So this is my request. I can be wrong, but first plan it within you. Discuss with yourself whether you are going to keep this with the plan, you want to keep that passion or not. Then discuss with your friends, true friends, because in business, especially when you are, and I think everybody who have started their business, you get very true friends. You get very true friends. And this is my request before I end, or she rings the bell, because yesterday I forget it. I had one request to make every woman sitting out here. Let's start helping at least one woman disciple. And then we will make a chain of helping the woman, and we don't need the support of any men, not any father, not any husband. Sorry, he's sitting here. Not any husband, not any father, not any brother. We will be self-equipped with the woman empowerment. And that is actually the woman empowerment is. Whatever dream we have, I had from the age of 10, my family wanted to become me a doctor, because I was not that good in maths and was good with science. But thing was that I don't want to become doctor, because I have seen my cousins, how they are ruling the family, cousin brothers, so they are ruling the family. So I had a dream that, I don't think that was right that time, but I'll hire these boys some days and they will be working for me. And that was the passion, that was the dream, that was one of the humiliation in the family which we as sisters were getting, that I'll hire these boys some days working for me. I got married at a very young age. I had just one request from my husband, let me live with my dreams. I want to study. I was just graduated when I got married. I had just asked him, let me study. Because I knew if I had a knowledge, I have those things, those capability, those power to build myself, I can build a community as well. And I was blessed to have him here, have him in my life. I did my post-graduation, my MS Masters in Biotechnology, my MBA, my PhD, my law, and started my own business in 2013. Had worked with different companies also, and I left the company with a very bad note, had a huge fight with my lady manager, and that was the day when I thought that if she would have not helped me, I would have not built this. The day I left, I asked him in night that should I start my own thing or should I apply for some job if you support me. He said, anyways, you are not giving money to home, right? So it's better that you should start. And I'm very thankful to my manager from Smart Analyst that she humiliated me in the office and I had started to live my own dream. We as a woman, I tell you, we don't need any support until unless we are self-motivated. If we say that, yes, every day say to yourself that I'm beautiful, I'm confident, I can do it. And believe me, you will do it. In my complete journey of last 8 years, there was a time, I had a partner previously in my business, because being a woman, we are very sensitive and very emotional, right? And someone will request that I want to be associated with you and do this, I'll do that. Because we play different role. We are daughters, we are mothers, we are creators, we are wife, and we have so much of emotional feeling that if someone requests us, out of some emotional factors, we hire people, right? We get associated with people. So I had a very bad time having a bad partner, lost crore of rupees, and not having, in fact, 10,000 bucks in my account to do something next day. And that was the day. It's not man or woman. Anyone will leave his or her journey there because having so good qualification degrees would love, okay, I'll go back and have joined my other job because today I'm left without money. Whole night I just thought about it. Should I give up today? And that was the thought. What about your identity? Again, you are going to that million people joining the same job, and this 3 years, you have wasted like anything. What you will answer to yourself tomorrow when you will see in the mirror that what Shweta you wanted to become. So I thought, okay. And believe me, there is a dialogue in Bollywood industry, hope all the Indians will understand, that if you want something, if you wish, if you desire something from core of your heart, the nature will help you to get that. So it's one of the biggest Bollywood actors says, I didn't give up. And this is what entrepreneurial mindset is. Don't give up. Have a dream, and especially to the women. Be ambitious. Talk about your ambition, because that is what you are. If we will be, everything will be keeping in our heart, no one is going to help. And as my co-speaker said, that if you will ask for help, if you will ask for support, if you ask to 10 people, I'm sure 8 is going to help you. We don't ask, we don't get it. Thank you very much.
Of us spoke about asking for help. I think I can speak for Kiran and Shweta as well, and myself, Monique. We are here to help you. So if you need advice, if you need insights, if you want to pick our brains, our hearts, our souls, please come and talk to us, okay? We are here to help you. One woman, one community, one business, one nation at a time, okay? And if you want to be part of our WPF Impact Tribe on WhatsApp to help each other, please make sure you give me your contacts and we're happy to add you there. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you. And we want to have a picture with all of you, can we?
Yeah.
Yes? One second.
Thank you very much. Big children on the old lady making decisions.
Take many.